My name is Jonathan Wendt, and I go to the Northern Lighthouse in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm on staff part-time as basically a teacher and caregiver. I had a friend who was taking One Whole Heart Ministry, and he recommended it to me, and I thought, I just really am in the process of a journey of healing and just really want to explore that more and more. And when he told me that about this emotional processing that you go through, I was really interested in that. So if any healing that I can get, it's like I want to be a part of that. And God's just really met me on that journey of healing and transformation. So I'm excited about One Whole Heart. One of the worst things I've been through was I think about how I had been tormented by my thoughts. I was caught up with just all sorts of inner demons, with critical thinking and anxiety, and just really being to the point where I just being debilitated and crippled by my inability to get outside of my head, and just experiencing all these rapid thoughts and just condemning thoughts and just voices in my head that were just really negative and just detrimental to overall health and well-being. Yeah, I mean, it's just such an encompassing thing. You're driven by your thoughts, and the thoughts drive so much of your behavior. And I was, it's just after going through the One Whole Heart process, it's like a totally different transformation because being crippled by thoughts and just being consumed to now generally having a sense of peace and a less anxiety. And it's just such a difference because, we're so typically governed by our thoughts and thinking, and I was that same way. I was just really controlled by my thoughts and my thinking, and going through the One Whole Heart ministry just transformed my personality from the inside out, where it's now I experience peace and freedom and just relaxation, and I'm not just so analytical and driven by my mind all the time. It's I feel peace because I would always fluctuate up and down between highs and lows in very rapid cycling, and to be on a more even keel, a flat line where it's I'm not constantly in a sense of agitation and despair, really, because there was really a trouble in my heart that I was locked into all these negative feelings that would keep me negative self-conceptions about myself that would keep me locked in. So my thinking was based on an overall sense of despair about who I was, and I was always troubled by that thought, and I was always trying to escape it. And I tried to escape those bad feelings with my thoughts, and just was rapid cycling. And so now through the process of One Whole Heart ministry, it's I experience peace, and I feel it's my emotional palette of sorts, or the gamut of emotional experiences become much more open and not controlled and defined by particular experiences. So I'm not controlled by a sense of worthlessness anymore, or a sense of despair and hopelessness. It's more okay, I'm at peace with, I'm not struggling, I'm not caught up in these thoughts that I'm trying to fix myself about, and it's I can experience this peace because I'm not so hyper attuned to my thinking, and it's there's a much more sense of relaxation in the midst of what I'm going through, and in the midst, so I feel much more energetic and joyful about just what God has done in my life through the One Whole Heart ministry process. I just encourage you that there's, God's ways are, God is the creator of our heart, and He does not desire us to have broken hearts. And the prison cell that we can find ourselves in is a place of despair and darkness and hopelessness. But, through the One Whole Heart community and the ministry of the Holy Spirit and God healing the heart, there's daylight, there's the morning, and I just think about how the image of the Psalms is dew on the grass, and I think there's just such a freshness that comes from the Holy Spirit and the life that He offers, and it's a communion with God and a communion with the Holy Spirit and other people, and it's just a better way to live. It's just such a a better way to live, and my life has been totally changed because of that.